Today I am reviewing the book The Rules of Magic by Alice Huffman, and don't forget, if you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and please subscribe for me as well. I've got tons of other book reviews. So this book is the prequel to the movie or book Practical Magic, and it came out October 10th of 2017, and I actually just read it, and I don't know why it took me so long to read this book because Practical Magic is one of my all-time favorite movies, and I actually loved this book. I'm going to give this book 5 out of 5 stars, and I could be, biased towards it because Practical Magic, like I said, was one of my favorite movies, but this book was amazing. I highly suggest it. It's one of the best books I've ever read. And when I looked at Goodreads today, it had 3.98 out of 5 stars, so it was still relatively high, but I'm giving it 5 out of 5. So let me tell you why I love this book. So it is about three teenagers who are growing up in New York City, and their names are Vincent, Bridget, and Franny. And Bridget and Franny, which Bridget is actually Jet. So Jet and Franny are from the movie Practical Magic. You probably would recognize them as the ants who live in the house, and I'll add their picture at the beginning of this video so you can see who they are. But they're siblings who are growing up in New York City, and their mother is Susanna Owens, and she is a very no-nonsense parent who, wants her kids to not look into magic. She doesn't want them, doing anything bad, and they definitely can't fall in love. So if you know anything about the Owens curse, you know that if Owens falls in love with anyone, the person they fall in love with will die. So the mother keeps them out of, relationships and is always trying to keep them out of trouble. But while they're teenagers, they are invited to go visit their Aunt Isabel's house, who lives in a small town in Massachusetts. And when they go visit her that summer, basically their whole world is rocked. They learn that they come from a line of witches, and all their family secrets, and really just how powerful the Owens family can be. So they go there that summer and they learn so much about themselves. Well, the book mostly takes place when they go back to New York City and are coming into their own. So they're growing up, they're teenagers becoming adults, and all the things that they go through while they're growing up and learning like all the powers that they have and really learning who they are. So the pros of this book is that it was so well written. I couldn't believe just, how well it flowed and just how well written overall it was. It's not broken down into chapters like a normal book. It's just kind of broken off into sections, which is something I really liked. It was really different, so I enjoyed that about it. Also, I loved all the historical references in the book. It just seems so, realistic, because it was based in the 1960s. So they talk a lot about like people who are getting drafted for war, or, different, concerts or stuff that are going on that would have really happened in that time. And also, this book goes into such great detail explaining everything. It just made it very vivid. Like I could really imagine myself, in that small town in Massachusetts or in New York City and seeing what they're doing. So there was so much detail that it just was really easy to visualize everything. And also all of the character development that it had, really described everybody's lives, and it made you like emotionally invested in each character. So when something would happen to them, or when they were scared or they were worried, you really felt that, and that was something that I loved about this book. So as you know, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, so I don't have any cons for this book. I just have pros. I thought this was an amazing book. It's something I could see myself reading more than once, and it was one of my favorite books I've ever read. So have you read this book? And if you have, let me know what you thought about it. Let me know if there's anything else I should be reading. Leave me a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.